me. Underdog back-to-back Super Bowl champions in San Francisco. Sunday at 4 in America's Game of the Week on Fox. Mahomes and friends. 1.5-point underdogs, not bad. Even though they are coming off of a bye. 49ers are on a mini bye. Mahomes the best among 4 all-time great QBs
this is
as
a
an
hilarious
underdog.
graphic.
It's Mahomes, Jimmy G,
Look, bro,
Lamar, and Tom
Who would
Brady.
have thought that?
Fans of the show,
but
certainly.
Mahomes
Somebody was telling us this
demonstrably
all
better than the
years.
rest from a winning percentage perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Even better than Jimmy G.
Yeah, it was Jimmy G.
Jimmy G
Brady.
demonstrably
better than Lamar and Tom.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, the question is this disrespectful, this line?
It's disrespectful and it's dumb.
Oh, double.
So let me talk about the dumb part first and the disrespectful part. The Chiefs, as presently constituted, should never be the underdog.
I mean,
Every
fair
team
take.
they play, they have the edge at coach, at quarterback, at defense, and in special teams. Remove even the two-time defending champs. They've won 11 in a row. Any matchup where one team has the edge across the board in all of those categories, they should at worst be a pick'em. They shouldn't ever be an underdog. So that's the dumb part of it. The disrespectful part is the part I actually like, because this is one of the Chiefs' edges is they get to simultaneously be the defining dynasty of an era while constantly being disrespected.
Yeah.
We are in such, sorry to sound like an old man, but as you know, I did just turn 40,
Yeah.
and I was starting to get some
You're
old
getting
man
old.
tendencies.
You're getting
Coming
old.
quick.
In our instant gratification
Here we go.
society, we are so quick to move on to the next thing.
Microwaving.
Exactly right. Despite the fact that we're in the middle of the Chiefs
Right.
dynasty,
It's not like they're
people
old.
are over it. They're like, what's next? And the answer is whatever's next is not anytime soon, because this is now. But Patrick, in his career, you showed the winning percentage. I'll show the other numbers. He's the greatest underdog quarterback ever. So they're 10-3 straight up, 11-1-1 against the spread. They score an average of 32 a game, and Patrick is brilliant. And he's won 4 straight as an underdog, and those, by the way, were all playoff games. He was underdog in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, underdog the Super Bowl last year against the Niners, underdog in the AFC Championship game against the Ravens, underdog against Baltimore. So, yeah, I mean, I love it, but it is disrespectful and it is dumb, bro.
It is disrespectful. There's no doubt about it. And you brought up Mahomes' numbers, and I know you know this. How about Andy Reid? Off a bye?
Well, that's the other part.
Off a bye?
21-4.
21-4. That's the best ever.
Yeah.
By a coach. Off the bye.
I
He's 8-3 with the Chiefs off the bye.
You know, we talked about maybe making that into a full screen, and I didn't want to do it because I felt like it was somewhat negated by
the mini bye.
yeah.
Well, he's 1-2 when both teams have a bye.
Oh!
Okay,
This guy's ready for
but
it.
it's
How
not. But it's not a bye.
Yeah, but
It's a little bit of an extended rest,
mini bye.
but because the Niners played last Thursday, but it's still not a full bye,
Okay.
so I don't think that equates. I think, Nick, this is disrespectful to the Chiefs, but I'm going to put it on. It's disrespectful to Patrick Mahomes more than anybody, and you're starting to hear, even though he's still the favorite to win an MVP, you're starting to hear people talk about. He's not having a good season, which we know that, but and he wasn't that good last year. Like, people are starting little whispers to disrespect Mahomes.
where are you hearing these whispers?
Little whispers on the
just
radio
curious.
and things like that.
In his own office.
Not me. You know I'm the Mahomes guy, right?
Are you?
At Jordan-esque.
Oh, that's right.
The
You were
boat,
the first-
all
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
First to
The
say
first
all
person
that
to call him
stuff.
Jordan-esque.
But here's the thing, Nick, and I talked last Friday after San Francisco played and beat Seattle, how Purdy had 8 3-touchdown, no interception games. Since he became a starter, it was like 27 games ago. Mahomes hasn't had a 3-touchdown game in his last 18 games. Forget the interceptions, like 2 interceptions, 3 touchdowns. He hasn't had a 3-touchdown game in his last 18. He hasn't had a 3 or 3 or more 0 interception games in like 22 games. So I think people are starting to kind of, even though he's pulling out these W's, getting used to feeling like, well, he's not the guy we saw early in his career. So I think it's disrespectful of him because he has been pulling these W's out.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they shouldn't be big favorites. Almost. The weird thing about the Chiefs is this. They never blow teams out anymore. Never. Look, you will see basically every team other than the 5 or 6 worst teams in the league will occasionally just beat a team by 20. You know what I mean? Like, it's not sure. The Saints did it. The Falcons will do it. The Colts occasionally will do it. Everyone, it seems like, will occasionally like, oh, okay. And now maybe the Chiefs, over the last 2 years, just don't do it. Since the last year they did it against the Bears early in the year. And since then, they're not blowing anybody out. The closest would be, I guess, the Dolphins playoff game, but the Dolphins kind of just quit. The 26-7 felt different. Now, part of that,
cold too.
Right? It was very cold.
Knew that
Part of that, I do think, Wilds, is because everybody comes ready to play with their A game against Kansas City, so you don't get any time.
And also, let's just keep it real. The offense isn't their great strength right now.
Yeah, but my point is, like, even teams that
Mahomes
don't have great offenses occasionally blow people out more often than the Chiefs do. But are we moving on?
No.
Okay.
If you want to, we can.
Well, there's just something we have to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if we have to bring the board. I mean,
what is the board for?
I get it.
What do you mean?
Vegas.
Vegas goes on the board.
Yeah, I get that.
Just like Vegas went on the board in the preseason. I'm sorry. Vegas was on the board in the preseason. If you remember, because the Niners were the favorites. Vegas loves the Niners. They made them the Super Bowl favorites right after the Chiefs beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Now they are on the board because they're calling the Chiefs underdogs. So, yeah, the city of Las Vegas, top 3 city in the world, if you ask me, goes on the board. There's nothing I can do. 49ers are better than the Chiefs. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Top 3 city in the world?
Yeah, New York, Paris, and Vegas. That's what everybody knows. What are you guys laughing about? New York, Paris, and Vegas are the 3 best cities in the world.
I will not co-sign that.
I mean, they're on the board.
You should be a Raiders fan.
I like Vegas, though.
It doesn't mean they have good sports teams. Well, it's a great city. I have to be a Paris Saint-Germain fan as well because I like Paris? No. It's not about their teams. It's about the quality of the city.
You don't like Mbappe?
Keep going.
Sorry, I'm here now, I know. Mahomes and Kelsey getting back on the same page after a slow, albeit undefeated start. Last time Fred Warner faced Kelsey, the tight end had 9 catches for 93 yards in the Super Bowl. Here's Fred's new plan on slowing the duo down. Take a listen.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, 2 of the greats in the game, and 2 of their best players. They're 2 best players. If we're being honest, and how do you stop them? I don't know. We've still trying to figure that out.
Now that's his own podcast?
I don't know.
Can we get brother a better podcast studio?
It's called
start there.
In the rear view, so maybe he's supposed to be doing it from his car, and I don't know.
What?
Listen, I told you too many podcasts.
that is not a good look.
I think
he has a
for
seatbelt.
future Hall of Famer.
Exactly. He's doing it
so
from his car. That's my point. Yeah.
Do it
That's
in the
just a
morning
seatbelt like a
when it's
defense
light
thing, a
outside
seatbelt.
or
I don't know.
something.
Here we go.
In the morning. You think he's doing it at night?
All right,
Yeah, I think he's
stay
doing it.
on
Where do you
topic.
think he's doing it?
But that's the issue with when you don't have the right aesthetics to your media production company.
Yeah.
The message gets lost.
Okay. Go ahead.
We missed the front.
No, we
You
didn't.
forgot
did.
the question,
It was
didn't
just
you?
if
Not
America.
forgot the
Fred's
question.
fault.
You
If
forgot the
America
question,
wasn't,
didn't you?
it
You
was
just look down and
distracted
get
by
the
them.
question.
That full screen showed when targeting Kelsey, great, and then this year the numbers haven't been there.
Yeah,
now
I said
go ahead.
slow start.
I can do more of your job, or you can ask Brew the question.
I got to do Fred's producing job, okay? So I'm trying to help media in general. I'm in the
Fred's better than
sports
that.
business.
He-
I
he's
agree.
better than
It's an attention to detail. Now I think the Chiefs are going to roll.
Okay.
Or it's the opposite. It's like seeing a slovenly coach. Like, man, they are so locked in, they don't care about anything. Did Fred's comments surprise you?
Go ahead, Brew.
No, not first of all, as you could see, he had just gotten back from the Seattle game last. It's probably Thursday night at about 1 a.m. And he's in his car. Oh, I got to do this freaking podcast. I forgot. And he's doing it. So they had not game planned for the Chiefs yet. So he's like, of course we don't have a game plan yet. Secondly, if he did, if it was this morning and it was bright out and you could see him actually, he still would not give you the game plan to try to stop these guys. And thirdly, he respects them clearly as he should. He's lost to them twice in the Super Bowl, and those two have obviously been good, Mahomes and Kelsey. And so it's just respect. He's not going to come out and say anything, ignorant or disrespectful to those guys.
I mean, listen, he plays the Chiefs at most once every 2 years, and 10% of his career losses are to them.
That's amazing.
He's 69-45 against everyone else and 0-4 against Kansas City. In the playoffs, he's